All right, welcome everybody back to something that's never gonna come back. Okay, I'm just kidding. It's a
never gonna come back.
it's a return podcast. I'm Goofy and that's Doofy. Podcast in a while.
You're Doofy.
You're
Doofy. Let's get this straight.
Nah. It's been a while. All right. Stop throwing that Uno or the Uno reverse card. That's not how this works. Yeah, it's been a while. We haven't done a Goofy and Doofy podcast here. So welcome back.
Since how long?
This is a year and a half, maybe almost 2 years now since we've done one. And we did have plans for more. We just never did it.
Things ended, so
Loco stopped talking to me. You know, that it's just what happened.
Me stopped talking to you?
No,
but talking to you. You went MIA, sir.
No, I didn't go MIA. I have no clue what I want to do with YouTube. And every single time I sat down to do anything with YouTube, I just didn't do anything. Plus, I also was hating my job, so that was fun too at the point. Some of you guys might be asking, what happened to Goofy and Doofy? Just in general, what happened between the podcast and us recording, and did we have plans for the future of the podcast? And so really, I guess the best way to say this is what happened was that we both kind of fell out of just in general making content, not just for Goofy and Doofy, but for our individual channels. Kind of hard to make the podcast when we just didn't know what we wanted to do in general.
We didn't know what to do with YouTube. Didn't know what to do with the podcast. We also had our own separate things going on in our lives. So it was like we were just pulled away from YouTube in general.
Yeah, if you look at my channel, I mean, yeah, I have been streaming and I have still posted videos, but it wasn't like back when we started Goofy and Doofy, we were like streaming every single day, posting every single day. We made
on it.
I think the first year when we dropped Goofy and Doofy, the first one we did, first episode was a stream, and then we shifted to doing more of an episode type podcast where it was more of we sat down, recorded it, and then posted it.
Because that was it. The first one was live, and the rest was all recorded.
We might have had another live. I don't really remember, but we had at least one that was live. I think actually, I think 1 and 2 were live, and then after that, we went straight to the record and then post.
Yeah, I know we talked about doing more of them live.
Yeah, I mean,
we wanted to wait until like certain episodes.
Yeah, I think we had bigger milestones. We're gonna do like a form of a live, or like we're gonna do something special with that. But yeah, our first year we definitely were more into posting and getting involved with the podcast. We, like I said, we had a lot of ideas for the podcast, and it kind of just like everything just happened all at once, and we just weren't able to, I guess, continue the podcast because we also had a group we're trying to make. We brought Craze back for a little bit.
Yes.
And then even that fell through.
That fell a lot harder than the rest of the other times Craze was up. And it fell in such a short amount of time. I'll take responsibility on that one. It's whatever. It's my fault. That the way it happened, the way it ended was stupid. I still stand by. The video is still up on my channel, actually. Even though I was supposed to delete it, the video is still up. So if y'all want to watch that, like, we can just have it in the link.
Yeah, I mean, also, I at that time too, I just was so focused on trying to do stuff on my channel that I even like. There's a lot of times we're like, our plan was, for example, with that, and even like it correlates with the podcast too. Is our plan was to start, I guess, involving a lot more, and just like my schedule, for example, is just so uninvolved. We were planning on doing meetings and having like a weekly kind of get together type thing on Discord where we talked about stuff, but it just didn't really fit with my schedule. And a little bit even after that, I was like, my streams and content just kind of slowed down a little bit. I kind of felt out of making content in general. So that also is why Goofy and Doofy kind of fell straight flat. Is because
but once Craze ended, that was like literally, that was completely pretty much it, because it was made for like us Craze members, because eventually if me and you wasn't going to be like the full-on host, we could have the other Craze members come on the episodes if me and you was busy. But since that fell through the roof, it was like you shouldn't really continue something that was part of the group, But now it's not. We're taking that, all right, and it's just ours, all right?
Yeah.
So
I mean,
now,
I would love to see what it would have been like if we were able to do that. But in all honesty, now that I sit back and think about it, I think not a lot of people would have enjoyed it as much because we started Goofy and Doofy as me and you. And I think the people that came at the beginning of it would have probably like left or not been that enthusiastic with the change.
yeah, we should have just had like all of our members right there at the start.
Yeah, so maybe like with that, we probably would have, what we would have done is made a different podcast for that and then just kept Goofy and Doofy as a whole separate, just me and Loco podcast, and where we could have just talked about, you know, general stuff that's going on and stuff. But
it still would have been cool to see how it would have came out though. It would have been great.
I actually think I might be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure we actually had an episode planned out. I don't think we got it recorded, or we did. As soon as that episode was, I guess, recorded or planned out, is kind of when Cray started to like go downhill. Like,
oh yeah, we did. It was recorded. It just was never. We can consider that the lost tape.
I guess segueing to the next question you guys might be asking is, why haven't we made a new episode in a while? Like, why did we just end it? Why didn't we do a like, hey, we're gonna be stopping this, or like, why didn't we just kind of update you guys on what was happening, I guess, with the podcast? And I guess I'll let you start with why you think that we didn't make a new one.
Everything just kind of happened so fast. And since also at the same time, I think if you didn't see the video that I uploaded, like I did talk about it a bit, but it was more or less from my perspective. But after that, it's like me and Bratty just kind of like, I would say not Bratty. It was like, I didn't even want to record with anybody at that point. I didn't want to record with any more YouTubers. Like, if they make content or they stream, I didn't want to be involved with them. I keep having altercations with these other YouTubers and stuff, and it was like, my name is being thrown in the dirt for some bullshit. You see, like, you was there. I didn't want to deal with that no more, so I stepped back completely from like recording with anyone.
It is hard. I'll be honest with that too. It's like, we've had a lot of people. We had actually 2 episodes technically that we had a group of friends that have been on the podcast. We had the one with Heroic Patty and Kiddo, and you guys might even be asking what happened between all of us in that group, because that was our main group originally, was me, you, Kiddo, Patty, and even Kilma from time to time. So some of you guys might even
Panda
be
as well.
Right.
Panda whenever I dragged them along.
So that was kind of like the original group. So some of you guys might even be asking what happened to that. Well, with
like,
that,
you can even throw in Bryce too.
Kind of what happened was a little bit of the same. Everybody had like their own mindset, but me and Loco at that time were the only 2 that were like heavy into making content, streaming and stuff. And it wasn't like we had any like really negative feelings towards the group at that time. It just was like,
they came back and they hit me crazy.
It was like one thing led to another, and then another thing led to another. Patty wanted to have more control over it, just like what he wanted.
Ideas too.
Right.
Like he stole my idea that we had that I came up with for the group. He didn't show up to the recording session, then tells us he went to go record that video with a whole nother. That's where me and Patty had that falling out, because you stole my idea and like we was supposed to record as a group. Me and Kiddo, it was pretty much the whole thing, because I didn't want to go. I wanted to brand myself as Loco B and not Bishop. I wanted that to be a staple. I didn't want to be.
Sorry to interrupt. I totally forgot about this. No joke. I literally totally forgot about this.
It literally just stems from something light. It was like, I honestly just wanted to brand myself as Loco B, and I didn't really want people to know my real name or just call me by my real name like that. Right. You feel me? So Kiddo, he said no, calling another man Loco was kind of weird, like something like that. So I was like, all right, that's fine, but I'm trying to like, I want it to be like a little respect thing. Eventually, like he kept doing it. So I was like, all right, like, listen, if you can't respect what I'm trying to build, I'll call you by your real name and you can see how it feels or whatever. One thing led to the next, and then we ended up like getting to that small altercation, and we just stopped like becoming cool at the moment. We still chatted here and there, but like we wasn't on like real, like, we're not gonna play the game, we're not gonna like. I actually did speak to him recently. Like, I'll say all the old members, I can say I spoke to recently.
I will say the earlier group, it was more dumb stuff. Like that first group of friends that we had that, and by me saying this, I'm not saying that we're not friends anymore. I'm just saying in general, it was just like stupid stuff led to just like everybody kind of doing their own thing. The big thing, what messed up with the first group was like I said, me and Loco were more active. Patty wanted to do everything, but then would only record or stream one day, or it would take him like 3 weeks to do something. And Kiddo was about the same. He would come in, do like a month worth of work, and then not be as active for like 4 months. So that second group, I mean, there's not much we can talk about. I really feel like there are some people that Loco and I kind of talked to, but it wasn't as big as, I will say, that first group. Like the first group, we did have a lot of recording sessions together, but the second group that we had, it was like a hit or miss. I think the only one, and then I'm not talking about the group that me and Loco were about a little bit, that team we were a part of with like Swaggy and all of them.
What was their name?
It was something with an E, and I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on it. Because I'm not, and I apologize if any of you guys are watching, but my brain lately has been Evo. Thank you.
Yes.
Because I still talk with Argus, Kirby, Swaggy.
I was just in Kirby's stream yesterday.
So it's not like we have any like that group. I'm not considering when we're talking about this, because they were more of like we joined the group, we got to know them, we hang out with them, talk with them, but it wasn't really any like we delve a lot of time trying to make content with them, I guess.
Speak for yourself. Cause I spent
I did forget you did,
to get to the position that I was in.
When I say
just for them to throw away so many fucking ideas,
right?
It was like I kind of didn't even want to be like part of it. Like, you wasted my time from you didn't want to do it from the get go, but you gave me the green light to go do it,
right?
And then we get the time, we record, and you're like, I'm not even gonna use it. Why would you like waste my time? Like that's what kind of like irked my nerves. That's like one of the reasons why I left, and I was like, I didn't want to be.
I'm not really counting that or anything that went through that group, just because of the fact that we weren't both in the group that long together. So like you were in it longer than me. Like I think I was in it for maybe a couple of months, and then it was like it kind of honestly it died after I joined. Like literally there wasn't much talk. And if it was, it was like plan something and then it fell through, or like they were supposed to have meetings every single day or every single week. There's like a lot of stuff that just kind of fell through.
We actually did have those meetings.
Yeah,
those meetings wasn't for you. Those meetings, some of those meetings wasn't for you.
But here's the thing: is even the meetings that were supposed to be including me, there was like nothing.
No, you wasn't there. Like no. I told them multiple times, because I remember you kept saying, "Oh no, you was at work or you couldn't."
Oh, okay.
You was busy. So every time I was like, "Listen, since I'm close to Bratty, I would always fill you in on what we spoke about later."
Okay, I was gonna say. Well, I'm just saying, like in chat, I never really saw anything, but maybe there was like something else. But this is probably what you guys really want to know. This is something you guys probably. I don't know how many times I hear about this, but. What happened between us? That's probably what you guys are wondering. Why haven't me and Loco streamed together, make videos together? What has happened? We used to make a ton of content together, and now we barely make. I think the last time, at least out of this year, I think we maybe have recorded 3 things together, maybe.
And sadly, like I think they all got thrown away. One Phasma video actually made it up on my channel.
I think there's 2 on mine, but I can't remember exactly. I'd have to go back through. I think there was like 1 or 2 streams, and then I think 1 or 2 videos that had happened. But yeah, you guys are probably like, obviously, like we were talking at the beginning, personal stuff has gone a little bit.
No, that's all lies. I hate Brattyharp.
I can't stand Loco anymore.
Brattyharp.
We're doing this because we want to hate each other even more. Kind of what we talked about at the beginning. Stuff like that has happened. But honestly, I'll say my side, and then I'll let Loco say his side. Go ahead. For me, really, like, if you guys have noticed, a lot of this year has been me just trying to figure out what I want to do with the channel. So I've been doing a lot of like different types of content. I really don't do a lot of walkthroughs anymore. So it's kind of been a refocus of the channel. And like with that refocus, it's been a lot of single content or trying like something that's more out of the blue. But it was really like a lot of process of trying to get to what I want to do with my channel, where I want to go with it. And then there was points in this process that I was also not in the mood to stream, not in the mood to record. I was really slacking a lot of the times. So like, it's just kind of hard to like get into trying to bring someone in if my content's changing. And, you know, even Loco's content has been changing, which, you know, he'll talk about here. So, I mean, and the thing is too, is like, I will say this, we're not, it's not like anything negative has happened. Like we're not hating each other to hate each other, or like there's some big drama that has happened that like caused us not to talk. And that it's kind of hard for us to like, and we have tried, like he has played a lot of Faz on his channel, where I don't have played a lot of Faz on my channel. So we have tried to correlate a video or two together, but it's hard when like one person's doing one thing and another person's doing another thing. And
but, like I did say this before, the only way we can make this work out now, because we still play a lot of the games together. Like you play these style, like you'll play and record these style of games. I'll play and record these style of games.
Right.
Like at the end of the day, we'll still play those games. So it's like if we was to record a video, it was like, all right, we're gonna record it, this game, but it's only gonna be exclusive for your channel. All right. If we record another video, it'll be only exclusive to my channel. That's the only thing. Like
I feel like it does work because you guys still get to see us together and hang out and play and stuff. And then obviously, you guys aren't subscribed to this new channel that we made for the podcast. Do so, because if we reach 10K subs, all right, now you better listen close. If we reach 10K subs, me and Loco will do a podcast together live. We'll be in the same room together. Well, it won't be live, but it will be in the same room together. It'll come down here. I'll go to him and we'll be in the same room. We'll be in a real life podcast together. 10,000 subs. If you guys reach that, you guys, and this also, just throwing this out there, this will be the first time that we have ever met in person.
There will be a planned vlog, because I'm pretty sure we're gonna like, if you come down here or I come up there, we're gonna be,
or however like it works with wherever the states are lined. I guess it matters. You coming up or I'm coming up or down, or I guess whatever it is, whatever. That doesn't matter. Anyways, continue.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We're gonna be like up there for like at least like 3 or 4 days or whatever. So there's gonna be vlogs and a whole bunch of like IRL videos that will come exclusively to just this channel, and like bits and pieces just on our channel as well.
Right.
So you gotta subscribe so you don't miss out.
Yeah, I will say this. What will probably happen is once we reach the 10K, we'll probably plan a little bit. Obviously, we need to plan the days, travel, you know, where we're gonna stay, that kind of situation. But some videos that we might want to record and post together. So, like I said, this channel will be mainly for the podcast, but we'll still do some fun stuff with the pod that might not be fully for the podcast, like short form content or, you know, whatever. Like I said, 10K and we'll do that. So anyways, back to,
I'll say this much. For the past 2 months, I obviously, from the last time I streamed, not like 2 days, the last time I streamed, I have stopped streaming due to the fact that I wanted a new stream layout, and this whole new stream layout is going to tie in to a whole new kind of like rebranding, should I say.
Right.
I'm going for a whole rebranding. I'm going into like, I enjoy playing horror games a lot more. I even started not knowing, I started uploading horror games on my channel consistently for almost a year without even realizing it. And I want to fully convert over to like horror games, which is like, you get to see on my channel, if me and Bratty play, you get to see us get scared and have a good old time. And like that's I like to get scared, you know. It's fun. That's what I've been doing, and I also been working on like a whole bunch of other things that I want to be doing for my channel. And I have been recording videos, but I want to make sure the videos are a lot like, I don't want them to be the way they used to. I want them to be better. So it's like I would record videos and I would throw them away, like because they're not as good, or they're not better than the old videos. They're just like, they're literally flatlining with it, or they're just worse. And like, I don't want that. I want better, and that's it. I don't want nothing. Right. I want to keep focused on like bettering from the last video. Like, certain series that I'm doing, I have to continue it no matter what. Like my band series, no matter what, I gotta continue posting that. I got another video. I meant to say Poppy's Playtime, but Poppy Playtime, I gotta continue that. I got a band video that I do have the video. I gotta edit that video. That series gotta come out, but I had to re-record that because the footage got corrupted. And I also had to give myself time to forget what happens in the game. Therefore, it's also like almost like a fresh start,
right?
You know, because it's almost like a one-time playthrough, and then I'm not going back to play it again. This is like one of those occasions where I have to go back and play it again. So, you know what I mean?
Right. So
I've been working on that, and it's like and I have been outside so much. I've barely been inside.
What you've been talking about kind of transitions into our next one. So obviously we noticed, or if you guys haven't noticed, if you go to Loco B's channel, which I totally recommend going to his channel and my channel. If you haven't been to his channel in a while, obviously he, like he was saying, he hasn't really been doing much with streaming, and he's been trying to get more content out there. What's your plans for coming back to YouTube besides the podcast? Like, do you got some projects you're working on? What videos or ideas that you have that's coming towards the channel?
I got a whole bunch of horror games that I have on my computer that I am waiting to record and upload so you guys can see. A whole bunch. Even the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. That game was great. If my computer was able to run it so smooth, you guys would be able to see that footage of me screaming like a
little baby. I was gonna say the B word, but
that footage right there, I think was like one of my best footage I recorded in like probably like 2 years. I think it was like really that good.
Okay.
It was great footage, but sadly the footage was lagging and skipping. So
gotta hate that.
Oh.
You gotta be like, gotta love when a video does that.
Horror games. I've been looking up some more horror games and watching horror videos, find some other horror games to play. I'm not gonna completely get rid of like certain other games. Like, I will take a break to play like other things. My random Wednesdays, I'm gonna at least try to get those out every 2 weeks instead of like whenever I feel like.
Right. Now, with that too, do you have a random Wednesday in the works, or do you got one that's
I don't have a idea
ready?
I don't have one. I've been thinking about like what could I do for the next one. At most is like what I thought of like say yesterday. I was watching one of my old random Wednesdays, and it's the one when I put on the tiger head and I was doing magic.
Right.
I kind of wanted to do another magic one, so it's like maybe a little magic one, but who knows? With the movement, as you can tell, like my background is not really usual background, as like none of my stuff is all packed up. None's over there. I got some more stuff packed up over here. I'm about to move states, so I don't really.
I guess the other thing too that I guess I want to really know, and maybe some of you guys do too, is the last time you did your stream, which was about 2 days ago. Obviously, that wasn't, at least from the time I watched a little bit, it didn't seem like it had some horror. What's your plan with streams? Is that just gonna stay kind of whatever you feel like playing? Is that gonna be more of just like if you want to watch something non-horror, show up to the streams? Like, give us a little bit more of, I guess, what's your plans with streams?
Since my computer can't really handle streaming horror games all like that. I can record it fine, but streaming it, I am gonna continue to try to stream some horror games, but I don't feel like they're gonna like be as long if my computer can't handle it. Like, right. I would love to do some VR streams I won't be able to read the chat. That's why I don't do. I only stream from my PlayStation. Like, I only play and stream on my PlayStation. So I don't have like a lot of horror games on the PlayStation. I have some, but I like to stream. Like, I like to stream and play games with my friends. So it's like, I have a lot of friends on PlayStation, so I would stick to playing like first-person shooters. I don't want to completely get rid of those on my channel, like Minecraft, Call of Duty, and GTA. Actually, GTA, like, I know y'all haven't seen me stream GTA or play GTA since 3-4 years ago. And like, I love that. It's like, my friends, we got separated on GTA because like some had PS5s, some had PS4s, some was on Xbox. so it's like completely split off. But now we're finally all back on the same console. So it's like I even want to get GTA content, but this is why I also said I wanted to make another channel for the games that I would normally play.
That's not more of the horror stuff.
Yeah, those would go on that channel, but I don't want to make any more channels until like I feel like this channel, not this channel, but my main channel.
Wrong channel, but yeah, okay. The main Loco B channel, yeah.
Until that channel hit 1,000, which is like I fell off.
And just a question, do you think that is like, I don't want to say the cause of your depression or anything, but do you think like a lot of the pressure to get 1,000 is kind of pushing you to not make videos up to par or up to the quality that you want?
Not necessarily. I was like, I can say it would be like more or less like depression, because like I would get up there, I'm like, I'm ready to do these videos, and then like as soon as I'm sitting down ready to do them, like
that I will agree, that's kind of how I've been. So I mean, it's just hard too, like you get to the point where you're like, you got an idea down and then you sit down and you're just like, do I really want to record it? Or it's not going to be as good. Or you get like, I don't know if this has happened to you, but sometimes when I record a video, I'll sit down for 10 minutes and then like, I'm kind of just like, this is just not, I'm not high enough energy, or I just feel like it's not going to be as good as what it could be. So then I kind of just go and go do something else.
I'll say this much. With the last video I recorded, the Ben one, like there was like, since I already played it, there was this, I forgot so much of the story, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like, there was this part in the game where I had to end my recording, right? Because for some reason I died, and when the game reloads back up and I have OBS open, it glitches out every time. So I have to completely close OBS and I can't record it. So during that time, I'm just sitting there and I'm like, I kind of don't want to like continue recording. Like I'm trying to keep up the energy, but like, it's like, damn, how much is left?
Right. Like it kind of just drains you.
Yeah. So I got past that little part. Now I'm like really drained. Now I got to get back into that mood. Cause like now, like I'm only playing just like this, just no commentary.
I get that. Yeah.
Feel me?
You start playing something, or you're like, you get like my issue that I've been having, like, and it's kind of like what you're doing, you're dealing with, is like, I'll get like maybe 5 minutes of footage where it's like I have high energy, and it's always at the beginning, and then like I get to this point where like it's kind of a little bit slow, so then I like, after that point, I'm just kind of like, the rest of the video kind of like monotoned, or just like, it doesn't seem like I care as much. And
exactly,
I'm trying some different stuff out to kind of counterbalance that, but it's like, when you record a lot, like back then when we recorded a lot and every single day and we would record 1, 2, 3, how many ever videos?
So we always had energy.
Right, there's almost no point. But also, for me, for an example, in 2020 when we were like pushing out content left and right, I wasn't working. So I had a little bit more energy to put more out. And like, since I'm working, since I'm doing the main channel, trying to come up with some second channel content, and I'm like just kind of all over the place, I just sometimes when I go to record, I'm just like, okay, yep, okay, welcome back, guys. So I've been trying to stream a little bit more too, to try to get my mood back up there, high energy, let's have fun, let's party, but it's hard.
It's like I didn't really want to stream until like I got my whole stream layout done. Right. And everything, but it's like, this is taking a bit too long, and I keep redoing the process and like how I want to do it, and like I have to stream, like I have to stream. So I ended up streaming. What saved me with the last video, when I had got that feeling, when I hit that record button again, I didn't realize that I was literally, after that mission that I did when I couldn't record, that was pretty much the end of the game. I only had to walk like another 10 steps, bro.
Right.
And I was like, okay, cool. Like literally, I was like, okay, let's get to the next part. All right, I'm ready. I had to end my recording. I'm back. It takes me to an elevator. I'm looking around. The end comes on. I'm like, wait, that's it? Are you serious? I could have just ended my recording there. Like,
I don't remember, but I was watching a video, And Video Game Donkey, actually, he does this thing where he will record it kind of in like clips/sections. So when he's doing like a full big video and stuff, he supposedly will record like, let's say 5-10 minutes of one section, cut, and then record the next 5 to 10 seconds. And that way, it makes it easier for editing. You don't have 2 hours of footage to edit through, but it also kind of is like a reset type situation. So it's like, if you're in a part that's kind of not as entertaining or something that you're kind of just bored with, you can kind of cut there, maybe, you know, record a little bit of that blankness. And then when you get somewhere where it's like high energy, you know, you can be high energy again, you know, press record or whatever. But that's something that I'm going to kind of try out with one of my videos that I'm going to be working on next.
I used to do that.
But I definitely feel like there's a lot of times after like definitely 2 hours, when you're sitting there for 2 hours or an hour even, and you're trying to get a good video, it definitely is like after like 20-30 minutes, you're like, so it is, I feel like having those like moments where you're like, okay, I recorded 10 minutes of it. That's clip one. Let me get up, get my energy back up. Let's get hyped. Let's get pumped.
Bro.
And then hit the next 10 minutes. And then at least that way you can have energy throughout the whole entire video. And then over time, you know, you do it long enough, you'll be able to have high energy throughout the whole video.
I would grab like a whole bunch of boxes or games, and I would line my phone up to the screen so you can see it perfectly. I would try to make my best and make it seem like it was recorded with Elgato.
Right.
I would try to do the lighting and everything every time. Like, I kid you not. Every time I would do it, I was like, all right, I'm gonna record this part. All right, wait a moment. Let's set up. Let's record the next part. Wait a moment. Let's record the next part. Wait a minute. Let's record the next part.
Right.
Wait a moment. And that's literally how I used to record my videos, because at the time, there was some time when if I didn't have enough storage in my phone, right, I would have to record the footage. I was like, all right, I ran out of space. Damn. All right, I'm gonna edit what I got, finalize it, delete everything that I got, record some more, and edit it, and throw it in there, and then continue going.
Right.
And it's like, it was so repetitive, but I enjoyed how I used to edit on a phone so much. I was always, as soon as I was done recording the video, I was always edited immediately, every time. Pretty much soon as I'm done recording it, editing time is going to be posted within the next 6 hours or so. And that's how I was doing it every day. And that was fun. Once I got my PC and started editing on a PC, I was like, I can say this much. I ended up buying an editor. I ended up getting an editor. I ended up, not editing as much. I started doing more edits, but editing less.
Since, we're making a full-on channel for this. Yes. And obviously return to the podcast. It's kind of like a dual question. What are our plans for the Doofy and Goofy podcast? Now, obviously, we did talk about a little bit of it throughout this. Now, obviously, too, since we are returning, we're not gonna have a full-fledged plan, I guess, to do anything. We don't have a plan on if it's a weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. We don't know yet. That's obviously we just talked about this. Was it last week? Or the beginning of this week? I think it was the beginning of this week.
The beginning of this week, 4 days ago, that's when it came up in the talks.
I messaged him and I was just like, let's do it again.
Yeah.
Let's come on. Because it's like I said, we're both doing something else. At least this would be something that we could just throw together. Plus, I know we have some fans that are in both of our communities. So I was like, hey, if we even hit 10K, so many people would love to see content with us together. So that was kind of like a motivation, I guess, to kind of try to get Goofy and Doofy back. Obviously, too.
That's for you guys now.
Obviously, too.
You guys really want to see this go.
If it goes somewhere, awesome, cool, awesome. If it doesn't, then it's just something fun to do. We'll figure something out, if we want to do weekly, bi-weekly, whatever. That's something that we'll work on throughout. Obviously, the main thing is going to be me and him. We'll have some stuff we'll talk about. And then we'll probably bring some guests on too.
We're not gonna be worried about getting any guests, honestly.
It's just gonna be really it's mainly gonna be us. But like I said, if we do decide to get other people in, well, it won't be a super big issue or not. if we want to make this fun, obviously Goofy and Doofy, we like to get a little goofy and we like to get a little bit doofy. That's the real reason we named the podcast. We make the joke that I'm goofy, he's doofy, and then he argues that I'm doofy and he's goofy. That's the point. That's supposed to be fun.
The things that we do.
Right. It's for the fun. And let me tell you, if you watch the first episode of the podcast, which I will be working on a full length, doing a full channel of it, and then I will be posting all the old episodes on the podcast. Obviously, the first one, I think the second episode were streamed. So if it does seem like we're talking with chat, just know that those two, or at least one, was streamed. Now, obviously, too, we might make some episodes where we do stream it, just so that, you know, if you guys have questions, that we can answer them live. Or maybe, who knows, maybe we'll do a membership page when it gets monetized, and
I feel like the next one should be live. Maybe we'll do a live one, but you guys got to be there. You got to be subscribed if you guys want to watch a live one, or be there when we're live. Matter of fact, just saying, right, Brady? How about this? Here's a little idea, right? When we drop this one, when we upload this one, we do the live.
We could possibly do that.
Hey.
But yeah, so that's the plan.
I'm just saying.
That's the plan. Obviously, bring it back, do some more episodes, maybe even get some people to give us some deals. You know, we could be like, hey, this video is brought to you by G Fuel, or the stream, or whatever.
Some scuff deals.
You know, we'll get some sponsors. But the main plan,
G Fuel or Prime.
The main plan is obviously to bring it back, have some fun. Obviously, if we decide to bring a guest on, you know, that kind of stuff. And then also, obviously, focusing on our main channels and doing that stuff too. But my thought process was, if we're both doing something separate from, you know, what we used to do, it'd be nice to have something where we can still do something together, hang out, talk and stuff, and then, you know, build an audience off it, I guess.
Exactly. You guys get to know us for us.
So, yeah, I mean, if you guys, and I guess in the comments, if you guys do watch this or not, I don't know how many people are going to watch this. It might get 2 views. It might get 5,000 views. I don't know. But in the comments,
it gets a good amount.
In the comments, I guess, just let us know if you guys would like to see, like, maybe some other little content on this channel besides the podcast. Maybe, you know, when we do some
challenges. We can do challenges on the podcast.
You know, we can do some videos. I do have this idea that I secretly have planned that Loco has nothing about, but I'm gonna be making a short about it. And if that does well, then I'm forcing him to do something, and I'm not telling him.
Yo,
I am not telling him.
Crazy.
It's good. It's good. I'm just saying that, and I'm just saying
that is crazy.
I'm saying the main channel. If you guys are listening, my channel, Brattyharp, gets to 10K, something crazy might happen, and then that video will go on the second channel. I do have the short kind of planned out. I'm gonna post it as a short, post it to all my socials, and then once we hit 10K, I'm forcing him to do something with it. And then remember, if you guys hit this channel to 10K, so this channel 10K, we'll do a lot. We'll get together. So that means if you get this channel to 10K and my channel to 10K, you know, we'll make it happen together. This channel gets to 10K. That's a vlog. That's a in-person podcast. In-person vlog. Some other videos. All IRL. Maybe you get to see me slap Bratty for the first time. It is so well overdue. That's only if this video gets 100 likes. All right, that is the end of the podcast. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out. Drop a like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next Doofy and Goofy podcast episode.